Okay, last time we talked, I was trying to build this H-bridge, and you recall that I was having all kinds of troubles with a bunch of testers, and I found out that the pinouts of my NPN transistors were backwards. So now I have prototyped an H-bridge right here. I'm going to plug it in here. If I can do this, I'm doing this one-handed here. And there is a slider a little bit off camera here. I'll see if I can get it in camera. So there's a slider right here, motorized slider. And if I press these buttons over here, it moves to the, I guess, to the left. And if I press these guys over here, it moves to the right, which is fantastic. So basically what's happening here is these two buttons on the left-hand side are activating the transistor 1, which is a PNP transistor, and transistor 4, which is an NPN transistor. Basically, up on this diagram here, when I'm activating the two buttons on the left, I'm going voltage is coming through this path into the DC motor, doing its DC motor thing, and then there's a path open here coming to ground. So it lets everything flow. And when I do it in the right from the right buttons, it's sort of the reverse. The path is this direction through the motor and down to ground. And because we're going different directions, the motor will move one way or the other based on the direction of the current, conventional current that the DC motor is experiencing at that time. Now the big thing is now I've got to build a circuit that will fire basically those two buttons, the equivalent of pressing the left buttons or the right buttons, and build that circuit so that it'll take a voltage from the microcontroller. And so this guy here, I want to be able to program it so when the EQ knobs are initialized or whatever, this guy actually controls the movement of the device. Speaking of EQ, you can see, I don't know, it looks, maybe it's not working because I don't have it plugged in. Let me plug her back in here. Well, that's 5 volts. Here's the 501. We'll plug this guy back in. We'll reset our board. And I think because I'm touching EQ5, let's see what happens. Okay, so over here there's an EQ button. Over here I can press this guy and it shows up. Or if I go over to this one that's on this left-hand side, I press this and it's EQ5. Matter of fact, I don't even have to press it. I just have to get near it. So that's all working on the microcontroller now. So now I basically have to build this circuit up so that I can control it through the microcontroller. And it's pretty good to go. Anyways, if you have any questions, leave a comment. That's about it. See ya.